all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious thing.
It's me. How are you, everybody? We are here tonight on a Thursday night, 8:01 p.m. We're on time. How about that? The credits started just a tiny bit early, and everything came up on time. We got a great guest tonight. But first, before we do anything else, let's introduce our co-hostess with the mostest, Miss Jack Ledoux. Hello,
darling.
Coming to beautiful down by the water place, wherever.
Whatever. Hey, I like the new music.
Do you like it? I do too, and hopefully, they won't think it's stolen music. God forbid. But the music I was using was public domain.
Yeah.
So what can I tell you? How are you, my love?
I'm okay.
I'm glad to hear it. I want to turn on the. Okay, chat is on. We are here tonight. We've got a great guest. I'm really kind of excited about this. He has been a restaurateur. He is a literally like a life coach, I guess, and cook. He works for Sysco now, which is pretty cool. An actor. Triple threat, quadruple threat. We got a lot going on here, ladies and gentlemen, and I really hope he's there because I only see a black screen. Mark Burgasser. Mark,
I'm here.
Okay, turn your camera on because
there we go.
There he is.
I was cleaning my lens. I was cleaning my lens, but I'm still a little fuzzy. But it's kind of like, remember when they filmed Lucille Ball in Mame? They put her through gauze to make her look younger.
Yes, indeed.
We're kind of doing that.
Yes. Must be Vaseline in the lens comment earlier.
I'm using that next time, Mark.
But we're not coaxing any blues out of the horn tonight.
No,
maybe.
Well, at least
thanks for having me on.
Let's hope the performance will be far better than that was. We won't
talk about that.
Wow. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Hey, Mark, it is great to see you. Mark and I go way back to Reuben's backstage in Buffalo, New York, where I just was a couple weeks ago. I actually walked into Reuben's.
Really?
And walked around a bit, and it's very different now. The stage is gone. Everything it's gone. It's not what it was.
How big could that stage have been? 10 by 10, maybe.
If that, and then we put a little extension on it. I remember building the. It originally had a step down and then a step onto the bar and all this. And I remember building the flat part of it just before they did The Odd Couple, believe it or not.
Wow.
Okay.
And
I did one show there. I did Cabaret with our dear friend Mary Kate O'Connell. She was she Fräulein Schneider?
She was definitely Fräulein. Wait a minute, was she? Yes, she was. I did Cabaret twice, so.
Yeah, I did it once, and Michael LaRocca was, of course, the MC. He wanted to be, Elsie, but he had to be.
And he would have been.
You think?
I remember distinctly. See, I do remember. I was the stage manager / lighting guy for that, and basically, Jack, the lighting for that consisted of 4 rows of dimmers for ceiling fan lights. Up or down. You had a choice between up or down.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Michael and I go way. Actually, Michael and I went to high school together. We went to Amherst High, but he's a couple years younger than me. I think he's my brother's age, but he was a couple of years younger. So I think we were in Oklahoma together and Finian's Rainbow together at Amherst High School. Can you imagine doing Finian's Rainbow now? It's so politically incorrect.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was the senator, right?
Good heavens.
Okay. Oklahoma's kind of.
Oklahoma, even Oklahoma could be considered.
Oh yeah, the peddler.
Yeah.
What was he peddling?
Mm-hmm.
The smelling salts. Here, Lori. Smell. Take a good whiff, Lori, and we'll trip you out while you dance.
Yes, I remember that, and I couldn't dance. So there you go.
Ali Hakim sold popper.
Ali Hakim, the peddler. Yeah.
For those of you who know what I'm talking about, which is very possible. That's exactly what it was. That was a great show. We did that. We did Oklahoma on that postage stamp at Rubens.
Oh my God!
Wow.
It was literally a postage stamp with Michael and the late great. I think you knew him, Tom Tricoli.
Oh sure.
Who was what a delightful. He played Ali Hakim. And
that's funny.
You
probably did maybe some of the dinner theater with Mike Lowe. Does that name ring a bell?
The only dinner theater I actually did in Buffalo was Rubens.
Oh, okay.
Rubens
so I did the dinner theater at the Packet Inn, Rubens, and I think one other place. But there's nothing like that when you're doing dinner theater and you're singing "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning" and she's chunking on her chicken parmesan.
Mm-hmm.
But I have more salt, right?
You'll get that, and they'll ask you as well. We had a dinner theater.
Oh yeah,
the old Mark II dinner theater here, Mark. Mm-hmm. It was the waiters, in order to make a little extra money, the actors would go out and wait tables as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if they did that. Yeah. We never did it at Rubens. I know that.
Nothing like live theater. There's a wonderful theater company here, and we're jumping all over the board tonight.
It's okay. It's all good.
Okay. So there's a wonderful theater company here in Albany, New York. It's called the Park Playhouse, and it's an outdoor theater that seats about 3,000 people. It's an amphitheater.
Wow.
And I was so blessed to play Tevey in Fiddler there years and years ago. It was just amazing, and the whole creative staff was from New York, and it was fantastic. But one night we're into the second act, when we're at the train station and Huddle's leaving to go to Anatevka. And she's just about to sing that beautiful ballad, Far From the Home I Love, just about to sing it, and a cell phone rings in the third row, right? Hello? Yeah, it's okay, right?
Oh my God.
Now the sweat starts to build up on my head because I'm like out of my mind. And Melissa, who is playing Huddle, she's thinking, Burgasser is going to tell this person to shut up. And I'm going to pull like a Patty LuPone. But, who knew? Like in the third row, it could have been a patron of the Playhouse that was giving, several thousand. So she talked through the whole friggin' song. Yeah. That's showbiz, baby.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I got to tell you. Okay. I work for Seaside Music Theater.
Yeah.
Going far away in Daytona. And we did dinner theater at a hotel on the beach. Mm-hmm. And chapter 2. It was near the end of the first act, and I played the best friend. Always did that. Anyway, beautiful, lovely speech before the end. It's great. And this woman in the back stands up and goes, and then people start standing up, and my friend Emily, who's playing the lead, she looks at me and she goes, "What is going on?" A rat fell out.
Oh my God.
On their table.
Oh my God.
Sweet Christ. Oh my God.
Yep. Everything you could buy. I mean, if it had been a cockroach, it would have been Victor Victoria. I mean, she was so mad because we didn't know what it was. We just were right near the end. And of course, I go off in a sheet through the lobby with Race Sweet guys there. That was fun.
Oh my gosh.
But we didn't know what it was. And she was bitching and moaning saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe they stood up and they yelled and they were talking." And then the stage manager came, "It was a rat."
Oh my God.
Yeah,
there's a wonderful theater here too, outside of Albany, called the Cohoes Theater. And it's an old music hall from the 1800s, and no mics because it's acoustically great. I've done Guys and Dolls 3 times. I was doing Guys and Dolls there one night when the Bats were coming around. We had the Bats, and then I did Dolly there maybe about 4 years ago. And the woman that played Dolly, Monica was Carol Channing's understudy on Broadway in the very last tour. So it was great. So I was working with, I was playing Horace. She was playing Dolly. I got to work with somebody that understudied Carol Channing. And she was fabulous, absolutely fantastic. Great timing, great comedic, very generous on stage. And we're in the Harmonium Gardens restaurant doing that great scene where Horace, let me cut your beats, let me cut your wings. And she totally goes up. And she goes up and it's like dead silence. And I'm like, Dolly Levi! Dolly Levi! I had to bring her back in.
Yeah.
Live theater is, we could tell, probably between the three of us, we could probably tell 30,000 stories.
Oh, yeah. There's especially dinner theater. And why is dinner theater so special? Because
there's food.
It's not the food, no, it's the audience.
Yeah, the food's not so.
I would love to know, and why, and because dinner theaters, they still exist.
Oh, yeah.
They still exist today, not as heavily as they did in past times, but they're still there. And what amazes me is that it's still old people who go to dinner theaters.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm wondering, at what point in your life do you go from Led Zeppelin to Hello Dolly? You know what I'm saying?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I never did that scene. I grew up in a house where my parents played, the records they played. They had Sinatra playing, Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, Tony Bennett, all that kind of music. And then my dad was an athlete, and I was not a good athlete. And I had this keen ear that I could hear something and remember it. So right away, like second, third grade, boom, it was show tunes. So I went from Sinatra to show tunes. I never did that Led Zeppelin. Yes, I did enjoy some Fleetwood Mac and some ZZ Top. Maybe it was enhanced by some recreational narcotics at the time, but I did grow up in I grew up in the 70s. But
I did too, but I had flowers. I did not do drugs.
Now I will ask this. Both of you have done dinner theater, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you must remember this particular moment from any given show at any given time. Are you ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah.
Am I right?
Or
at many given times, especially usually when it's a beautiful dramatic moment, or they're kissing, or someone's holding has just finished, and there's that little bit of silence before applause.
Yeah. We did when I was doing Fiddler at Park Playhouse. It's an outdoor theater, so so we're doing one night, and the skies are dark, and I'm doing Rich Man, right? And and the skies are getting darker, and you can feel it start to mist, and you can feel the raindrops, and I get to the very last bit. If I were a wealthy, ladies and gentlemen, clear the stage, right? They wouldn't let me get the last goddamn note in. Clear the stage, boom. I'm like, let me hit the note and get some applause, right? The skies opened up.
As I walked off.
Yes, I walked off. The entire world fell down. Well, Jack, both Mark and I had the experience of working at a place called Art Park in Lewiston, New York.
I know that. I've heard of a lot of these places. I grew up in Connecticut, Mark.
Okay.
It was Long Wharf. My dad was an opera singer. He was of the Richard Tucker style.
Sure.
Yeah, he sang with the Connecticut Opera. That was my dad. Yeah, sure. He sang with the Connecticut Opera for about 10 years. So when you're talking about that, I grew up with opera and polka for some strange reason. And
Are you sure you're not from Buffalo?
Yeah.
No, not you know.
Art Park was this magnificent, really, it still is, I guess. Magnificent.
It's funny, when I was in Buffalo last weekend, and my brother who lives in Rochester, he came into Buffalo because he was going to Art Park to see Chicago.
Oh, awesome.
So the whole back of the theater, there's panels, and they rise up, and you sit out there. So it's a wonderful backstage experience.
Yeah.
The backstage is great. So I got to do Music Man there, and I got to play Marcellus. And, the opening of the second act is that Shapoopy number.
Yeah.
And there's probably at least 15 pages of dance music. And I said to our wonderful choreographer, Lynn Curzio, I said, and I'm not a dancer. I said, what are we cutting? She goes, not one damn note. I said, Lynn, She said, "You're doing it. You're going to do it right." And I worked my ass off, and I did it. And I was much heavier back then. So the review said, "The bulky Burgasser has an amazing voice and shows amazing agility and lineage of foot." So the bulky Burgasser. So I guess they like my dancing.
Yep.
So now I'm sure that Liv came back to you afterwards and said, "See."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In fact, it's funny when I saw her last Friday night, and I said, I remember every step, and I remember, and she said, "Yeah, yeah." When I did Guys and Dolls at studio, brother Gabe, who was from St. Joe's, he was directing, and he said, "I just want you to be prepared when you do sit down, you're rocking the boat, you'll stop the show. You know, it's going to stop the show." And I'm like, I was late 29, you know, and I'm a lyric baritone, so I've got the high notes. And when you do that number, and it literally, he had me on top of a table, standing, and the whole chorus was around the perimeter, you know, studio. They're around the perimeter doing the, you know, like a Baptist, and it literally stopped the show. That's like one of the top 10 moments in musical theater. We're not even talking food. We're going to have to do part 2 because we're just talking.
I have a quick question for you. Okay, you're up in Albany, right?
Not the first time, buddy.
Okay. Are you familiar with Lake George, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Are you familiar with Long Lake Camp for the Arts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I directed up there for 3 years.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
It's so beautiful up there.
Yes, even the bears.
I'll tell you what's very interesting. A friend of ours, his son, who's now a junior at what's the conservatory in Boston? He's amazing. Donald's amazing. He can play. No. Whatever. So the Boston Conservatory of Music. That's where he is. So
that's why you didn't have the name.
Yeah. So he went to that school, and he became very, very friendly with a lovely young lady whose parents are Michael and Catherine, Michael Douglas and Catherine Gina Jones.
I know. Yeah. I almost killed their kid.
He was friends with them.
He was probably up there when I was up there then.
Yeah. So I said, "Donald, could you could you marry her so we get to go to the wedding at least?" You know,
yeah. We had a lot of celebrity.
What a beautiful part of the country.
It is beautiful, and honestly, some really good work. I worked with the little kids and did a lot of. I only would do like one musical. I didn't do any of the big musicals, so didn't have any of the celebrity kids in my. Well, I did one, but. Oh, that's another story. Okay, that's for part 3.
You're the ones who are on scholarship.
Everybody up there really was very serious about, having fun, but really, really good ethics about working with the kids.
Yeah.
I really
fly by. We cannot let fly by the fact that you almost killed Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones' child.
Yeah, she was on my side too. Well, he was a little bit of a Lothario. Okay, real quick. He was a little bit of a Lothario. Hey, why not? And he was dating one of the leads. I was doing Rumors by Neil Simon, real cracking show. And he was dating her and broke up with her the night before our show.
Oh, God.
And so, of course, I'm sitting there fixing makeup while it's dripping off of her. Yeah. He's everywhere. And I got a hold of him, and I just kindly let him have it because, I couldn't MF all over the place, which I wanted to. And it was funny because I found out that, she backed me up. And he said, what'd you do that for? So, no, they were down to earth, really nice people. They were kind enough. The second year, they remembered who we were. They might not have got names exactly right, but they remembered us, and I thought that was really classy. Very classy people.
Great. So many great stories about, the theater. I mean, I've got literally friends for
friends
50 years that I've done, theater with, and then like when I saw Michael and Lynn and Mary Kate on Friday night, you'd pick up from 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Remember when? And it's a great community.
Yes, it
is. Like the restaurant people, it's a great community.
I have to be honest. I was dreading. I had to go up to Buffalo I wanted to see my uncle who's in a nursing home.
Yeah.
And I was literally dreading going up there. It's not, when I get off the plane in Buffalo, the first thing I want to do is get back on the plane and go back to Orlando.
Honestly. Oh my gosh. Why?
Well,
right now, why? Yeah.
Long story short, my family sucks, but that's a whole other thing. Anyways, but
it'll be a $25 copay.
That's show 4.
And I am so fortunate, though. I mean,
it's gonna be like Ruth.
I saw friends who I immediately picked right up with. These are Buffalo people. And everybody I went down to the Broadway market. I bought Italian sausage patties. I bought Polish sausage. I had buffalo chicken wing pierogi. Figure that shit out. Seriously. Yeah. And buffalo beef on wek pierogi. Really. It didn't suck. It didn't suck.
Okay.
It didn't suck. That says it all.
I had various other pierogi while I was there. Things I shouldn't be eating at this point in my life.
No.
Yeah. Buffalo's a great culinary experience. Mainly because of the immigrants there, the canal, the ethnicity. I mean, if you go down to Hurdle Avenue, Joe, you had the Italian pocket, the Jewish pocket, the Germans, the Polish. So there's just a whole potpourri. Great cuisine in Buffalo.
I mean, my background, my lineage is Hungarian. Well, Hungarian on my mom's side, German on my dad's side.
Okay.
And I have a little bit of both in me, obviously. Jack can attest that I have a temper of a German and a Hungarian.
Well, my father grew up in Lovejoy on the east side, German.
Oh yeah.
My mother's Italian, grew up down in Buffalo, like by the Peace Bridge. Italian. So there's a really interesting mix there. And then my wife is Jewish, and her grandparents they literally escaped the pogrom in Russia and came across the boat, and her father's father started on Hurdle Avenue with a little push cart, fixing things. Yeah. He was from the shtetl, fixing things, going up and down, and then ended up building this major construction company. So it's a work ethic back then that we don't see right now. In this unfortunate, it's just a crazy time with COVID, with health, with staff, with, when I'll tell a great story. I went home last weekend to see my folks, and I'm driving the thruway, and not every rest stop is open because they don't have staffing. So I stopped just outside of Syracuse to get some water, and I go in, I go to the bathroom, I get my water, and I walk into the little gift shop there, and it looks like Bosnia, right? It's just a disaster area. The shelves aren't stocked because they don't have enough staff. So I got my bottle of water, I got my almonds, I get to the counter, and Nicole behind the counter looks like she's gone through the 3-day war, right?
Oh, God.
So I said, "Hi, Nicole, I'm Mark. How you doing?" "I'm terrible. It's been awful. I can't stock the shelves. Everybody's mean. Everybody's yelling at me." I said, "Stop." So I turned and I said, "Could I have everybody's attention?" And there was a hush over the crowd. They looked, and I said, "This is my new best friend, Nicole. Okay. She's having a rough day. People are being mean." And they were like, "Oh." So I said, "When you get up here, you be nice to her, say thank you, make her laugh, smile, change her day. See everybody, have a good day."
I love you.
It took 45 seconds. They probably thought I was a friggin' nutcase, but I don't care. People don't say thank you.
No. Right? Or like when you do something, it's like they don't say thank you. They don't even look at you. If you you move out of the way, or you open a door, or you do whatever, they don't even acknowledge that you've done something. It's just.
Well, you know what? My wife was telling this story to us at dinner tonight. My son and his girlfriend and my daughter are here at the house, and she was recently in Scottsdale for a couple of weeks, and she was flying out of Newark, and she got into the United terminal, and there was a woman next to her from United, the little United, fly the friendly skies. We're not doing Catch Me If You Can, but she's their little wings, and what a great score that is. Anyways, she turned to the Miss United, and she said, "Hi, can you tell me where the bathroom is?" And she turned to her and she said, "Listen, before you address somebody, you say, 'Pardon me, excuse me,' and introduce yourself." She laid her out. I was like, all I want to do is go to the goddamn bathroom. you know?
And she said, excuse me, for God's sake.
Yeah, but she didn't address her and say, pardon me. You know, it was like, really? This is going to be a lesson in etiquette?
Wow.
Yeah. Everybody's angry. A lot of angry people out there.
I think you hit it on the head. Everybody is angry and scared.
Yeah.
Scared. And a lot of people that are scared, that comes through in anger or frustration or whatever.
I make it a point to say thank you to I make it a point to say thank you to cops, firemen, ex-army people, everybody. I even thank Alexa in the morning.
Yes, he does.
For saying, "Hey, have a great day," because I've been there. I've been in that position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I go out to Disney every now and again. I'm very fortunate. My husband, when he passed away, had been with Disney for 25, 30 years almost.
Wow.
Before he retired, and so I inherited a silver pass because we were together, and so I take Jack with me once in a while, and Jack will attest. I'm saying thank you to every person I come across.
Yeah.
You know,
what is it? It takes 10 seconds of kindness, 20 seconds of kindness. What the heck is wrong with that?
We were in Buffalo a couple months ago, and Margie and I pulled into Wegmans to get something, and in the parking lot was a Sysco truck. So I said, hang on, I just want to run over. So I ran over. I said, hi, I'm Mark. I work for Sysco Albany. Where are you? He said, I'm out of the Syracuse office. I said, thank you for what you're doing. I know it's tough now. We don't have no stairs. Can I get you a sandwich? Can I get you a cup of coffee? Can I get you a bottle of water? You know, he said, no, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It doesn't take any effort to do that.
I will tell you right now, if you don't take anything away from this particular broadcast at all, take that away. What we just finished saying. Now, quickly, I want to say this, and then we're going to get on to it. But Jack, you're going to have to, well, you may have an idea what I'm talking about, but maybe not. Wegmans.
Oh, Wegmans.
Wegmans. Okay. I go into Wegmans because I want to purchase some Weber's mustard. God knows, you know.
It's a staple in our house. Weber's, you have to have it.
It's horseradish mustard, Jack. It's the most incredible.
I know. My father always had to have it. I hate it. You know me.
Oh my God.
No, I can't do anything, even a semblance.
But I want horseradish mustard. I want whatever, whatever Buffalo staples I can get. I would have brought back bison and chip dip.
Fries bologna on white bread with Weber's mustard.
Madon. Are you kidding?
Madon.
You know,
so you go to get some Weber's mustard.
So I'm in Wegmans. I'm walking around Wegmans, and they have Crystal Beach waffles. Remember the Crystal Beach?
Yeah.
They used to dip them, and they would make them, and then they would come. They have those. They have the suckers, the lollipops.
Oh my God! Yep.
I'm like, what the hell?
One thing
they did not have.
What's that?
Which apparently is now a seasonal thing, unless you go to the right place.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Sponge candy, right?
Well, there's sponge candy at Parkside Candies, but you can't get it in the summer because it's too humid, so the sponge won't dry out.
But if you go to the Broadway Market,
they got.
You know what?
No.
Not only do they have sponge candy, they got regular milk chocolate and dark chocolate as well.
Chocolate.
Really?
I've never been to the Broadway Market.
Oh my God! Oh my God! There's 2 butcher shops in there. There's only 2. There used to be 3 or 4. Now there's only 2 left. They're revitalizing the whole place, but it's an amazing place.
I have to go next time I go to Buffalo.
The pierogi people are incredible. They really are.
When I was there last weekend, I went out. I got up very early and I went to visit a friend because I did a year with Wegmans, a little consulting thing, and I drove out to the Wegmans in McKinley by the stadium. So I went there. I saw my friend Lisa, and then I got lost coming home, and I ended up in Lackawanna, right? Going past the garden, you know, the conservatory garden. Then I went past everybody's, you know, favorite place, Father Baker's.
Yep.
So
Father Baker's, where your parents threatened to send you.
When we were kids, my mother would she'd pick up the phone. Hello, Father Baker. Mark and Doug are being bad. Don't come. They're not going to have Christmas. I'd wet my pants. She would scare me. right?
Instantaneously, you were good.
On the wall phone. On the wall phone. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Horrible woman.
I forgot
Horrible
about that till this moment. That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
And anybody
Mine was just we're going to go to the Reverend Mother.
Don't talk. This is going to be like a series because I got stories about the Reverend Mother and not the one from The Sound of Music.
Oh, no. This is from, but St. Mary's. Yeah.
That's a spring. Now, listen. This is, I'm really enjoying this immensely.
This is what we do, Mark. We just kind of go bloop, and whatever happens.
Okay, whatever. Are we off script? Are we off book?
Yes, you bet you sweet.
Honey, we're way deep in improv.
Yes.
That's the last place in the world as we want a script on this show.
Where's my band? My band didn't show up for my musical numbers. And my lighting people and my makeup people. Where are they? Where's my creative staff?
Mark posts recipes every now and again on his Facebook. And some of the, oh my God. Now, was it you who posted the zucchini thing?
What zucchini thing? I like
zucchini.
zucchini.
Roasted zucchini.
Yeah.
It's so freaking simple to make. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
And it is magnificent.
Thank you.
Zucchini.
I have to.
You know what's interesting? So I'll tell you a quick story, Jack. I, at one point in my life, was up to 495 pounds.
Wow.
I was a big boy. Tormented my whole life as being the fat kid. I gastric bypass. That was a help. Dropped down. COVID hit. And I started health coaching, about 10 months ago. Mm-hmm. I've lost about 90 pounds, and I've got like 30 clients that work with me. But talk about the zucchini. When you cook food in its most natural state, you taste the zucchini. I never knew zucchini tasted like that. I never knew the eggplant tasted like that because usually it's covered with so much sauce and cheese and blah, 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 blah.
Honestly, I just like it in the oven, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of rock salt, and some rosemary.
This is not so far from what Mark was saying.
Yeah, we took a cooking class in Bologna a few years ago, and she said when you cook the vegetables, first of all, you only cook what's in season. She said you Americans want everything that's not in season, so we only cook what's in season. Hot grill. When it comes off, you put the extra virgin olive oil on it because the extra virgin olive oil is cold pressed. So that's what gives it that green, fruity flavor. When you introduce heat to it, you lose the fragrance of it. So grill it, a little bit of the extra virgin olive oil, and again, to your point, some beautiful cracked salt and maybe, some cracked pepper, and that's it.
Yeah, that's all you need. Yeah, I'll do that.
Cucina simplica. Simplica. Your tongue can only...
Next week we'll go to Webster. We'll go to Webster on Monday, and we'll buy some zucchini, fresh zucchini.
Okay.
We're only going to go for that. We're not going to go for anything.
Yeah, well, we're not going to the little store across the street. That's for
Oh, God, there's...
What was the name of that place? Safety Shore or something?
The Lunette...
That's right. Oh, my God, what was the name of that place? Oh, Mark, you would have died.
Well,
It was like...
Go back to Mayberry. Webster,
oh, my God. They're selling wigs.
Little cow town community.
Really?
Extremely,
be kind.
What's the word I'm searching for?
Be kind.
What is the opposite of Democrat? Okay.
Backwards.
All right. Stop it. So we go to the Soupret.
The Soupret. That was it. The Soupret.
Okay.
What's that?
God.
It's the little supermarket place, a Soupret.
Oh, okay.
And Jack goes in. She has to get some money out of the ATM.
Yeah.
And we walk in, and she walks in the ATM, and this woman walks up to her. It's hot. It's freaking Florida. It's hot.
Sure,
the woman's wearing winter clothes and having a conversation with Jack or someone. We don't really know who she is.
No, she wasn't talking to me. She was talking to someone else, but I'm not sure who.
And then on the aisle that's leading up to that particular to the ATM, there is on both sides, Mark, hand to God, there are hair weaving
extensions. Yes, extensions.
Is that what you're wearing tonight, Joe? Did you get one?
Jack did not get one.
Okay.
But we're talking hundreds of different styles.
Really?
God.
It was insane.
It was like horsehair kind of extent.
Yeah.
It was. I looked at Joe and I went, "Get me out of here!"
Get the hell out of here.
It was just.
And went back to the flea market, where every second booth was flags for a certain person. That
We're going to hell, We are going.
Yeah.
To hell.
So this is the baseline for a musical.
We're a fringe or a fringe show.
Yeah. It was insane. It was a day at the Soubrette Shack. That could be funny.
That could be
the musical. That
could be funny.
The musical.
Anyways, so
listen, they could do You're in Town, the musical. They could do, hair extensions.
A day at the Soubrette. Yes, the burlesque.
But they have the most incredible produce in the farmers market up there.
They do.
Well,
yeah,
they really do.
They really do.
Anyways, there's that.
We're not going now, Joe, because no one will wear masks. And
they probably. Well, I think you'd be surprised. I've been noticing most people are, frankly.
Yeah, now in Webster.
Yeah, now in New York, in the city, I have some friends. God bless you. Now in the city,
yes,
you have to go. You have to go into restaurants with your mask on.
Yeah. Well, we don't hear, but we do, and most of our friends do.
I'm masked up all the time when I go out of the house.
Yeah.
And,
we're being very careful.
Wherever
you never know. Well, it's a hot spot down there.
I know.
It's insane because we have an insane person.
Yeah. We're supposed to head down there in December to Key Biscayne for a wedding, but who knows? Who knows what we'll do?
Yeah, see how it
I wouldn't hate
it. See how it flies. Let me just say this, okay? I work there now at friends of mine. It's a kitty cafe. The Kitty Beautiful. Oh, shut up, Joe. He doesn't like cats. But the point of the whole thing is that for a joke, we put our mascot cat Bongo, and we said he's going to run for governor. You have no idea how many people are coming in and they want the Bongo for governor shirts, and they're all like, "We're going to vote for him."
Who was the guy that?
And you know what?
What? Who was the guy that ran for president the one year? They did the whole joke. Pat Paulson or what?
Pat Paulson did, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm showing my age and the fact
we all are, because there wasn't a single one of us who didn't know what you were talking about, buddy. Oh, check this out. Susan Mitchell just wrote, your auto. Wait, let me just pop this up here. This is very funny. Your auto caption did not say messed up. It said messed up.
Yeah, well, hey, Susie, it's that too. It's messed up too.
There you go.
I love her so much.
We all recognize Pat Paulson instantly. So we're all doing it.
Sue said, hooray for Mayberry.
So, Mark, now I was not able to download any photos, Mark, for because I got really lazy, frankly. And your Facebook was a little messed up. I don't know what's going on, but
you know what happened? Thanks. For some reason, my Facebook just disappeared. My Facebook was Mark A Burgasser, and all of a sudden it was gone. And I could not, every time I went in to try and, put in your do a new password, it would take me to an email that I've never seen before, a Hotmail account that I've never seen before. So somebody hacked it. So I had 3,500 friends from, my health coaching and everything. So I've had to recreate it. So any of my friends out there, find me on Facebook, Mark Burgasser. Mark Burgasser, no way.
Because we were already friends. And you sent me a friend request, and I went, "Who the hell is this?" Because you know how it is.
Yeah. Then I had to do, "Hey, I sent you a friend request. It's valid." Blah blah blah. Blah.
I didn't figure it out till today when I saw you actually post something on. Oh shit! I gotta say, okay.
Yeah.
But Mark has in his backyard apparently, or someplace where he's got access to, has an outdoor pizza oven.
Oh, that was my cousin's house in in Buffalo. My cousin's house in Buffalo. My mother's cousin. So she said, we're going to this birthday party. I said, okay, I'll go, begrudgingly, and she said, they're going to have pizza and blah, blah. And I walked out I'm like, we're not in Kansas anymore. This pizza, the whole pizza oven, I said, can I take a stab at it? So unbelievable setup. So they had, all the doughs and the toppings and everything. And we made pizzas all afternoon. It was a lot of fun.
Was that, I did see a photo of someone flipping the dough in the air. Was that you?
That would be me.
Think about this, Jack. This guy, and if I'm not mistaken, there was a video of you doing said practice, and you were singing.
Singing, yeah. Fuliculi, fulicula, fuliculi, fulicula, bum 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 bum, fuliculi, fulicula. Right, yeah, we're singing the Italian song. Yeah. So, do you remember the Granary out in Clarence? So I was a singing waiter at the Granary. At one point, I was chefing at the Park Lane, and I was working at the Granary like 2 nights a week, and that was in the maybe the late 70s, early 80s when Annie was on Broadway. So every family that came in with their daughter, they say, "Can you sing tomorrow?" And they'd slip you, $20 bill. I must have sang Tomorrow 100 times. I made so much friggin' money singing Tomorrow. I said, "Sure, I'll take a 20 and I'll sing Tomorrow." The worst waiter in the world, but what a lot of fun. And you got to get your, chops, keep the voice going.
Most everybody who was in there was the worst waiter in the world, but they could sing like frickin' angels.
Yeah. Well, Ellen Horst.
The waitresses, Jack.
You remember Ellen Horst?
Yes.
Yes. Ellen and I sang at Michael and Lynn's wedding. So I said to Ellen, "When are we going to do Fiddler together?" I said to Mary Kate, "We need to do company together. She's perfect for Joanne. We're at the right age to do Joanne and Larry."
Company.
You didn't do company with us at Rubens, right?
Never did company.
Oh, God. I got to tell you, that is one of my favorite shows. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there because I want to do this so very badly, and I don't think anybody's done it yet. I want to do it, and, okay, get ready because this happens on my show all the time. But
okay.
Look, I'm just going to show you why. That's why.
Okay.
I want to do it. I want to direct it, and I want to make Bobby gay. And
you know what?
Why not?
There's the underlining theme that he is gay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the underlining theme.
See, I want to take it there, and then I want to use for ladies who lunch. That was my wife. It was Mary Kate. I want to use drag for that.
Okay.
Hey, that's my bucket roll.
I know, but I know just the person to do it. I just think it'd be a great show.
Actually?
I think it would sell.
There's the story too, and Sondheim is like one of my. I've been fortunate to do. I've done Follies and Into the Woods and Side by Side. But the song from it, the very first Broadway show I saw was Night Music.
Oh.
So, right. With those white pines, the white birches were going.
Yes.
But the song from Into the Woods, Mother said, "Straight ahead," and he showed me things, lots of beautiful things. That's talk about taking you to the other side of whatever. That's the underlining theme there about that song.
Yeah.
We saw a amazing production of Company in the Berkshires 2 seasons ago with Aaron Trevette. You know who I mean.
Yes, I know who you mean. Yes.
Oh my God, I had to go back twice to see it again because he was the most unbelievable Bobby I've ever said. And the woman, I don't know what her name is, the woman that played Joanne. It was like she was channeling Lauren Bacall from the death. It was the most spectacular production of Company I've ever seen. I love that show. I know it backwards and forwards. I love that show.
Me too. I was Susan. It was a small role. Many years before the Earth's crust cooled.
I played Larry in that.
Yeah, you did great, Larry.
Yeah.
The wife of
Joanne. Yeah. The wife of Joanne. Yes.
Yeah. I did Buddy in Follies. Fun. Yeah, fun part. Fun show.
Yeah.
I still want to do Night Music. That's on my bucket list, and I could do Frederick.
Put me in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Most assuredly.
Yeah.
That's a great show. My roomie saw that with Catherine Zeta-Jones. We're gone full circle.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that production because it's a scaled down with the little orchestra. I want that full orchestra. And then I saw the tour. I saw the national tour of that in Toronto with Gene Simmons and Hermione. Was it Hermione Gingold? Hermione Gingold. Yeah.
I saw Hermione Gingold and Len Cariou on Broadway.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now I'm assuming you saw that at the O'Keefe, right?
At the Royal Alexander.
Close enough. Same difference.
So I'll tell you, Sondheim story. So a very dear friend of mine who has since passed, my voice teacher in Buffalo was Janice Epke. She was a premier voice teacher. Everybody knew her, and her nephew, Dale Zerbrick. He was a music teacher at Clarence High School and went down to New York and was there for years. So he said, his cousin Laurie said to me, there's a new show opening on Broadway. Dale's got his tickets. We have to go see it. It's at the Uris Theater. It's a Sondheim show, the Uris, which is now the Gershwin. I said, okay, we'll go. So we get in there. We're in the Uris, and the balcony at the Uris, you know, it comes down, and you got those first 3 rows. You're almost on the stage. The lights go down, and you hear this organ, and then the steam, and you hear da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and Len Cariou rises out of the stage, Ted and Tell of Sweeney Todd. And it was like, what? And like I couldn't move out of my seat. So then, after it was over, Dale's best friend was Jack Eric Williams, who played the Beatle. And we got to go backstage at the Earth and talk to Len and talk to Angela and talk to, right? And I think we even saw it in previews before it became, you know.
What, you know, I
right?
remember,
Like, what did I just see? What did I just witness?
Exactly. I remember buying the cast album for that, you know, that big, thick, you know, open up the thing. And I remember sitting there with a libretto in my, because the libretto came with it, and listening to that slack-jawed for whatever it was, 2.5 hours of pure amazing joy.
It just sucks you in and you can't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then seeing it was, are you kidding?
He was here, Stephen Sade was here. He did a Q&A. This is probably, well, we're in our house 24 years, so it's probably 24 years ago before we were in this house at Albany, at SUNY Albany, and I went down and listened to him, and you know, I was just like this close to him, and just to hear him talk about writing the music. He talks about, and we talk about night music. They were trying out night music in Boston, and they had not yet written "Send in the Clowns." And Steve Sondheim lived on the Upper East Side, wherever. He lived next to Katharine Hepburn. I don't know if you guys know this. He lived next to Katharine Hepburn. So it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's composing "Send in the Clowns," and there's,
oh no,
Stephen, must you compose at 3 a.m.? And he was writing "Send in the Clowns." That's a pretty cool story.
I love that.
Jack, Mark, and I were very, very fortunate to live in Buffalo and being brought up in Buffalo. That's Mark's grand dog, if you didn't know.
Yes, I do. That's Otter.
That's Otter.
And we were very lucky because Toronto was just a couple of hours away. Yeah. Toronto had the O'Keefe Center and the Royal Alexandria.
I went to the, I had been, what did we say?
Down.
O'Keefe.
I'm trying to remember what I was very young.
And all of the Broadway tours came through.
I don't remember what we saw. I think it might have been Carousel, maybe.
And then, of course,
I don't know.
And then we got the, the most magnificent, the Shays Buffalo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The Shays O'Connell. But and you saw the picture of the marquee that I posed in front of.
Yeah.
And
I did Grease at the Shays with Lynn played Rizzo and I played Roger.
Awesome.
But going back to the O'Keefe Center in trivia, do you know which show opened that theater when it opened?
No, what?
In the early 60s?
I feel like I'm supposed to, but
it lasted so long that the curtain came down at 1:30 in the morning, and they had a little bit of work to do on libretto. It was Camelot.
Yes, I did know that. I knew that. I knew that. I knew that.
I went in the 70s. It was the 70s when I went, so I don't remember.
Interestingly enough, Camelot with Richard Harris, remember when he toured with that? That was the very first big show that came through the Shays back in the day.
So I'll tell you a story, Joe. Next to the Shays was Lobby's Old Spain, and when Cambria's took it over, I worked there a little bit before I left Buffalo and moved to Boston. And when the King and I came in, they redid the backstage, redid the dressing rooms, and Yul Brynner had the whole top floor.
That brown corduroy, yeah.
Right. So he used to get dinner from Cambria's every night before the show. He would either get a 2-pound steak with vegetables or a lobster steamed, and he would only allow one person to bring it up into his dressing room. And I got to bring it up and feed him every night when I think he was like there for 2 months. So I had these great conversations with Yul Brenner, which was great. And I was telling this story to a class. I was a keynote speaker, and I said, and this was like 4 years ago, and I said, well, Yul Brenner, the king and I, and they all, I'm like,
oh, I know.
Yeah, right.
Okay, really bad. Okay, really bad. Many in Connecticut, many moons ago, my first husband and I were just walking around. Somebody famous was there. Turned out to be Dustin Hoffman. I'm telling this story up at camp. I swear to God, the kids were like, "Who's that?"
Oh,
I'm like, Dustin Hoffman, and they're like, "Who's that?"
Brenner,
okay, moving on.
I was lucky enough to work backstage at Shea's during that show. And he was sick, man.
Yeah.
That's when he was dying, wasn't he?
He was dying.
Yeah.
And I remember I'll never forget every single night I worked. I stood over there, and there was Yul Brenner just inside of the first entrance he made in that little alcove thing, right?
Yeah.
And he sat there, I swear to God, just like this.
Oh.
And every night on a certain, I don't remember the line now, but it would start to come up like this very slowly. It was tough. It was tough for him.
Wow.
And then
he would blow people away.
Slowly, and you would hear his cue to enter, and then boom.
Boom. Yeah.
He was king.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. And I bawled every single time that man died on stage in that show. I
mean, that whole last scene when proclamation, and his hand drops.
Yes.
And the music swells. Da, 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 da. I mean, can you imagine Richards and Rodgers if they had just written Oklahoma, or if they had just written Shall We Dance, or if they had just written You'll Never Walk Alone, or if they had just written Some Enchanted Evening, or if they had just written something from Cinderella. But their catalog of music is just, there's nobody like that right now.
No.
There's nobody.
Mind-numbing to think of how much they wrote.
No, really, how much they wrote.
Yeah, there's nothing. You're absolutely right. Those days are done. Days are done.
I mean, the only people that are close to that are Mark, what is it, Shaman? Catch Me If We Can, Hairspray does great music, but not.
It's not the same.
It's not that stuff, though. No,
it doesn't have the grandeur that a lot of those pieces had.
See, we're talking like our parents now. Even movies now, they're not what they used to. Well, they're not.
My dad didn't have an accent like that, Joe.
Back in the day,
I'll tell you what, my first theater experience was, I went to Amherst High School, and they put on unbelievable shows. They brought in a lot of professional people to do it, and my parents took me to see Carousel. It was the first show I saw. I remember seeing the guy on the ladder hanging the stars.
Yeah.
I said, I need to do theater. I need to do theater, and that was my first experience of it. And I was 5, 4. I was in elementary school, and
it is such an incredibly fun thing, wonderful, magical. I mean, every adjective you can think of, it's there, buddy.
Yeah.
We have come to the end of our hour, my friend.
Oh my God, that was so fast.
Really?
We did.
Holy mackerel.
We hardly talked about food or my health coaching or anything. So
no, a couple minutes. Talk about your health coaching.
Jump on my Facebook page, Mark Burgasser on Facebook. But I am a certified health coach for Optavia, and I've got about 30 clients that I work with, and it's like, people say, I've been on every diet in the world, right? I've lost hundreds because diets don't work. This is a whole lifestyle change. It's a journey with no end.
Sure.
So jump on my Facebook page, friend me, and come on, Team Bergs. Come on to Team Bergs, and we'll get you healthy.
That would be fabulous.
He's got, and truly, he's posted, God, so many wonderful things, so many wonderful recipes. So it's just delightful.
Cool.
My favorite things in the world, frankly.
Can we do this again?
Yeah,
absolutely. Not only can we, we're going to.
Okay.
There's a bunch of stuff we didn't talk about.
we've got a couple of guests coming up, and you don't want to miss those shows because I've got a kid coming in next week who is going to be just a riot.
Wait, you're saying a kid? How old is he?
Joel's in his 20s, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's a kid.
He's like
Joel, listen to me now. 30 is a kid. 40 is a kid. For God's sakes.
Yeah. But he's amazing, Mark. He is amazing.
Okay, so next week Thursday night, I'll make some zucchini
kid.
And I'll watch it.
Okay. Please make. Oh God.
And you know what? And we do that and blurb and go, Joe and Jack, I'm eating zucchini.
Well, hey, thanks, guys. Thank you. Jack, friend me on Facebook so we can continue the conversation.
Okay. Yes. I've lost 18 so far, and I'm slowly changing, but I know there's more stuff. You probably could help me. I have a very singular problem, and I'll bet that has to do with my life where I live and stuff. I'll bet you could help me with that.
I'll bet he could too. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, God, Mark, this has been a joy.
This is fun.
Memories you brought up for me, and I know for other people who are watching, I know this because oh God, great stuff. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here.
You're welcome.
It has been a joy, and I will be in touch, and we will be doing this again.
Okay. Now, is this so? This will be rebroadcast, or we can pull it up somewhere.
This will be. This is on YouTube even as we speak. If you look at the Facebook, thing, the YouTube link is in there.
Right. Cool. Okay. Because there's going to be thousands that are going to want this. You know,
in fact,
I smell an Emmy.
I do too. I smell at least. If Ellen.
No, the dog did.
Maybe we could get a mention.
I sure it's
we should be like Susan. We'll be like Susan Lucci. We're going to be nominated 375 friggin' times.
Go out.
We lost him. Where'd he go?
Okay, cut.
No, you're still there. You're still there.
No, we lost you.
Once again, Mark, thank you so much for being with us.
Good night.
Take care of yourself. Take care of your family, okay?
All right, bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, Mark.
Be safe down in Florida. Bye-bye.
You betcha, kid. Now,
I love him. I love him.
Great. I told you.
That was so much fun.
You know what? We have nothing but the absolute best people on this show, and that is a fact.
Yeah, that was delightful.
No two ways about it. Mark is one of the best. What a joy. And we're going to do that again because there's food to be talked about and probably more theater to be talked about. What great stories. Oh my God.
Next time we'll sing. Never mind.
And well, he's got an amazing voice.
Oh yeah. He actually, it's funny. I know he's a high Barry, and that's what my dad was. They called him a tenor, but he was really a high Barry. Yeah. And when he sang a few notes, it reminded me of my dad, which
he's a delightful man. And and we've got so many friends in common. We worked together, stage manager, he was on stage. I wish we had worked together in a show, and you never know what could happen in the future. It's unlikely as hell. I'm here.
With us, you never know.
That's true. Jack, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's always a joy to have you with me, and you take care of yourself. I know I will see you soon.
Oh, yeah.
I love you. Take care.
I love you too, Bubby.
Bye-bye. Okay, kids, we've come to the end of another show, and it's been a great time having you. Listen, I love you, every last one of you. I've said some nasty-ass things in the past couple of weeks on Facebook, and you know what? I still love you. And I want you to do what's right. Please do what's right. Don't even think about it. Doesn't hurt. It ain't going to hurt you. It ain't going to do nothing to you but make you a little safer. And we can take a little safer, can't we? I love you. Take care of yourselves. Go on out there. Look for the helpers. They're out there. When you find them, you join them and become a helper yourself. Bye-bye, everybody. I love you.